me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. I have been saying it for years, but I'm going to keep on saying it. Subie smiles to all of you for being here, and squad goals. Thank you so much for making this channel possible. I really do appreciate each and every one of your time. Hopefully wherever you're watching from, you've got yourself something cold and you're sitting in a comfy chair. Wheel it on in and let's do a shave. Thank you for being here for it. I'm really excited. Today we're talking about two new sets I got sent by Jason over at TRC. We've got this awesome label from Night Watch called KAUBŌI. Check this label out. I love this. It has a really nice like soft sheen to it. It lets the image just be very saturated and high contrast. Really cool image. Awesome scent based off of Jupe. It's a homage, it's a tribute scent, and it's an Oriental Fougere scent. If I looked it up, it is kind of how you describe it. It's beautiful. It's aromatic. For me, what I really like about this is it comes on with a little bit of the citrus notes, right? You get this little bit of citrus, then it goes to a floral tone. I can't tell you what the floral is, but it's kind of floral. And then it ends woody. I get this like really nice wood kind of forward ending for this scent. I really like this. I think it smells fresh. If you were to ask me what fresh smells like, it smells really like welcoming and fresh, clean. It smells very, very nice. I think clean and fresh is what I get out of this. Again, an Oriental Fougere scent. Really huge thanks to Jason for producing this. This is being made by Night Watch in collaboration with two other wet shavers that were, that recommended to do the scent. So love this one. Really cool stuff. Huge shout out again to Jason. And yeah, he sent us Shannon Soap's forehead, but I want to talk about this in another video, so we'll set this aside. But I just wanted to say again, massive thanks over to Jason. We got it whipped up today, the KAUBŌI, in our Dreamscape scuttle using our Chisel and Hound brush that I got a couple of years back that I love. But take a look at this lather. It just doesn't disappoint, right? Look at this stuff. That is shave soap. Absolutely 100%. All that's in there is shave soap. It is beautiful. This is their new tallow base. And for me, I did find it a little harder to work. Honestly, it was thirsty. It wanted more and more water. I kept dumping water into it thinking, no, that's going to break. It's going to get frothy and foamy. But I look at this stuff. It's dense. I got that ability to have, just the beautiful curls at the end of each little piece of soap. I was playing with this soap today. I won't lie to you. You're not supposed to play with your food. I was playing with the shave soap and I was liking every second of it. As you can see, it paints on. It's not like underhydrated whatsoever, but it is thick and really dense. The only thing I can say about it is it's really dense for as much water is in there. And this brush for me is hungry. Like, I have a hard time whipping up this good of a lather and this much lather with this brush usually. The brush likes to grab all the lather and hold it. It's how that Franchurian knot has been for me the whole entire time I've had it. And honestly, this thing just released so much lather today. Huge shout out again to Night Watch. Thomas the Shaver, it's his brand and he has his own channel and does his own thing. But awesome set, really like the new base, and massive shout out again to Jason for getting it to us. We're using the Thorn today. I have to do it. It's Single Edge September. We gotta usher it in, right? And use kind of a unique Thorn, right? This is the very first, or one of the very first ever Thorns, and one of the ones ever offered in this finish. It's this beautiful copper finish that they no longer offer. It was released very, very, very early on and sold out. Like, it was offered like kind of like a very limited run production. They sold it for maybe 2 or 3 months and then they were gone. And I had somebody reach out recently and say, how do I get one of those? They actually commented on our video like a couple of years back and said, I want this, where do I get one? And they actually had a couple left over in stock. I know you was able to get one, but for me, it's special. It reminds me of when I first found the Leaf and the LeafShave's company, and why I love their products. Innovative, really, really cool conception of a way to secure a half DE razor blade in a single edge razor. It was really interesting because there wasn't a lot of these on the market when this released, right? That's not the case now. We've seen a huge resurgence of people using single edge razor, DE style, where it's a DE blade, but as a single edge razor. We've seen a huge amount of them coming out in stainless, 3-piece different razors, lots of different options now. But before, before, Adam was really one of the first ones to come out and say, how do we secure it? How do we make it safe? But how does it, we make it so that it's easy and accommodating? And that's what the Thorn and the Twig are for me. Very easy, accommodating, enjoyable daily razors, right? And they have been the whole entire time I've owned them. So I'm really excited. This razor does use derby blades, right? Because the new ones don't. I want to call that out. At least my experience with my blue one, right, that's brand new, is that their new way that they're creating the razors, the way they're being fabricated, it's actually tighter, better tolerances. Because of that, the sloppiness in derbies they don't fit. So this razor has the sloppier tolerances to it, whatever you want to call it, with the crooked head cap and everything. But it shaves awesome and it secures half the derby blades. These are issues that are now remedied. I want to call that out. When I compare it to my blue one, there's some slight unique differences between the two razors, but they're definitely there. And it allows this razor right here with slightly less good tolerances and specs to fit the derby blades, which we're using today for the shave. Oh, I'm really excited. Let's do this thing. I've got just over 3 days of growth. It's a lot of stubble to come off, but I have no quandaries, no fears the Leaf Thorn is going to knock it down. It is a beautiful razor for anybody out there that is looking for a single edge, half DE styled razor blade. You know, if you've been on our channel before, you know I've talked about it a lot of times. I love this razor. It's a razor for me that just never disappoints. You can see in the face shave video that it was just so comfortable and close, but my stubble on my head, I was looking at it and this morning I was laughing. I was like, I have the Jason Statham-esque haircut in that video. It was not as good looking, of course, right? No one can do it as well as he can. But it was that length, and I was like, I really need a shave. Like, I'm starting to look scroungy at this point. I hate looking scroungy. So we had to do it, and I was kind of sitting there and looking at the different razor options. And I love the fact that these two things line up as well as it is. Tell me that those are not cool together. I love this label, and I love how it just balances with our brass and copper styled razors, right? If you're a person shaving in the vintage era and you have a lot of copper razors, that label really pairs well, and I think it will make great photos. At least I enjoyed the way it sat out in my photo shoot today. I just thought it was cool, and I like the way that they contrast each other. So we went with a little less common Thorn razor that just, again, cannot say enough about what LeafShave is doing and offering. They are a brand backer of our channel, which I am beyond thankful for. They were one of the first people in the industry to say, we like what you're doing. We don't always like what you're doing, but we like what you're doing. So would you like to, be able to put your name next to ours? And I think that's amazing. I love that they are not only like innovative in the space for non-wet shavers, but then they're still supportive of our people, right? The people in the wet shaving, hobby. I like that because it's not always the case. Sometimes we'll see big companies, which Leaf is almost feeling like now, right? Kind of like a bigger company say, you know what, we don't need you anymore, we're moving on. I like that they still remember the people that, talked about them and were supportive of them. I think that's amazing, and I really do appreciate Adam and Adam over at LeafShaves. If you haven't, go over to their website, give them a check out. They are producing these razors as good as this one every single day in mass quantities, which is really cool. They make it available and affordable, and just really approachable. That's why I love what they're doing over there. Awesome stuff, but they're making it feel like it's not, a hard thing to do. For me, when I was wet shaving, when I was first learning to wet shave, it felt hard to do. And I think their products really made the approach and the experience more friendly, easier. And I love that for just the person out there that's maybe not as confident. That's really what I was. I lacked the confidence, right? If I could go back and watch my videos now, I would be like, that's not the same person, right? Because I've done it a million times. I'm way more confident. Leaf gave me that confidence up front, and I'm very thankful for it. Again, wow, it's such an easy razor to use and to take down this kind of growth with a single edge. Yeah, I'm all about that. I love that, especially not having to worry about that other side. For me, part of the fear when I was first learning to head shave with a safety razor was the secondary edge, right? That backside. I know that people that when they hear that I use a single edge in my DE razors, they're like, why? That back edge for me was very unsettling for some reason, and learning that I could use every razor as a single edge with half of the razor blade in it kind of opened me up to the craft. But I kind of felt like I was always limited to single edges, right? And that was partially because Leaf's razors just felt so good as single edge razor blades, right? I just like them at that single edge. You can see why, all right? It's taking it right off, super easy, super comfortable. And at the time, a lot of people say, well, that's dumb. You just have a secondary blade. I remember there was actually resistance to the Thorn razor when it was first releasing, right? People were like, oh, it's pointless. It's, you know, it's not a benefit to have only a single edge. And then people used it. They said, oh, it's really nice. And then over the course of the last couple of years, we've seen almost like a craft and a community like acceptance of single edge DE styled razors, and now there's a bunch of them, which I like. It's been a cool progression to see for sure. Oh, and the shave that this thing does is so incredible. Again, that was a lot of growth, and it came right off. We are smooth. You see this? Oh my goodness, it is that kind of slickness and comfort that you can't buy with a cartridge. That doesn't exist at any other place than wet shaving. Oh, I love this. Happy skin, right? That just shines and shimmers and doesn't burn when it gets sweat on it, right? It's not uncomfortable when the sun comes out. You're like, oh, not flinching because you've had a poor shave. And I've had shaves that bad. To be really honest, I have had shaves that bad. This is not one of them. Oh, that smells amazing. The Dupe. I gotta do more research into these Oriental Fougere scents. Oriental Fougere scents, I like that. The citrus note up front makes it very, like it makes it kind of warm. You're like, oh, and then the lift from the floral mixes with that undertone of the wood. You get this woody note that's just very nice. It's very tame. I would not say this is a super strong scent by any means, but it definitely packs enough aura and punch to it that my bathroom, when I open the door, you could feel it wafting out of the door. So it has an aura. It definitely projects really nicely. This smells great. Awesome job to Thomas the Shaver for putting out something in tallow, right? Because this is in tallow now, that has some performance and smells really nice. I don't know anything about the original scent, but I like this whole entire shave. It was very close. It was very comfortable, and I like the scent. I'm excited to be wearing it today. I'm excited to see what kind of responses I get from around me, because this is a unique scent, but it smells kind of like, it smells like I just climbed out of the shower, but you're wearing that all day long. Really cool. Thank you again for being here for it. And again, huge shout out to Jason for sending us the stuff. I really do appreciate the support and the enthusiasm we've received from their community and their shop. Right? It's been really cool to have somebody to be able to collaborate with, and I really do appreciate them. And again, they let us put our name next to theirs with an affiliate link, and I just really appreciate that. Again, it's down below, which you can buy Leaf products over at TRC, but you can also make sure to pick up KAUBŌI. I have to do the pitch. Yeah, this is awesome. I love this shave, and honestly, the coolest part is it is over available on TRC, and under $60 for a razor that shaves this good. I don't know how you're going to complain about it. Oh, that's great. Thank you again for being here. If you haven't, smash that button. You know, I mean, give me a comment. I'd love to talk with you guys. You know, I'd love that. Thank you again for being here. And until I catch you guys again, I'll see you in the next Subie Shaves. Soups out.